Thank you so much, everyone. Now we move on to the inauguration of PDP New Generation, Lagos State Chapter, and speech by Director General, PDP New Generation, Audu Mahmoud. Are you here, sir? Yes. Please step on stage. Step forward.
The escorts, may you please stand up? Come to the stage, please. Please, let's make it fast. The state escorts and local government coordinators. Please make it fast. The local government coordinators move forward too. Let's make it fast, please. Are we set? Your right hands up. Your right hands and repeat after. I pledge to be faithful and loyal to the People's Democratic Party through the PDP New Generation. I pledge to serve, maintain, and preserve the integrity, unity, and ideology of the PDP with a commitment to the growth of democracy in Nigeria. I pledge most sincerely to be faithful and loyal to the Constitution and leadership of the PDP New Generation. I pledge to obey and honor all rules. I pledge to deliver on our mandate and others that may be joined, so that at the end of the day, PDP shall deliver 5/5 at all levels. So help me God. Amen. Congratulations. Please have your seat. Please have your seats. I don't know if we are all politicians here, but I'm a politician, and there's a way we always start our speech. PDP! PDP! Power to the youth! Power to the women! PDP The senior assistant to His Excellency Atiku Abubakar here present. The senior special assistant to His Excellency Governor special guests here present. The zonal coordinator of PDP New Generation, the president of Youth in Politics, the state coordinator of PDP New Generation, other invited guests, celebrities here present, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I greet you all with humility and profound respect. My name is Audu Mahmoud, and I'm the Director General of PDP New Generation. One of my mentors, a French Western Indian, who is also a political philosopher, once said, and I quote, "Each generation must discover its mission, fulfill it or betray it in relative capacity." Ladies and gentlemen, a new generation of politicians and leaders have emerged. We are the new PDP generation. We have discovered our mission. We will fulfill it in a relative capacity. The organization was established to create and promote an umbrella for youth and women to network and participate actively in politics and governance for a better Nigeria. It has a mandate to promote, maintain, and preserve the integrity, unity, and ideology of the People's Democratic Party with a commitment to the growth of democracy in Nigeria. We have a national spread across the country with coordinators in the 6 geopolitical zones, 36 states including the FCT, 774 local governments, and ward representatives in over 25 states of Nigeria. Today, we are blessed to witness a cooperative partnership between the PDP New Generation and youth in politics. This partnership will share a commitment and responsibility in achieving the common goals of branding, marketing, and promotion of the Atiku Abubakar 2023 presidential ticket. My dear fellow youths, a Ghanaian diplomat and former Secretary General of the United Nations, who was one of Africa's greatest leader and icons, the late Kofi Annan, once said, and I quote, "Any society that cuts itself from its youth will bleed to death." The young people of Nigeria are the most vital part of our nation's electoral process. We constitute the most significant part of voting population and the workforce for the process. But for so long, we have underrated our capacity. We have allowed another generation to decide for us without us. Our society is bleeding because the youth are not interested in active politics. Our society is bleeding because the youth are not part of governance. Nigeria is bleeding because the fate and future of our generation is not in our hands. My dear fellow youths, politics is not a crime. It is not dirty. It is an act of patriotism. It is service to fatherland. As young men and women, we have to dominate the political space. We have to be part of the process that makes decisions for our future. And the only way to achieve this is by participating in active politics. We have to be part of the process so that we can be part of the system. My dear brothers and sisters, it is time to stand up to our responsibilities. The 2023 general election is at hand. We should avoid activities that will be detrimental to our future and that of our democracy. Let us collectively shun sentiments of religion and region. We must say no to politics of violence. Let us mutually partner in the pursuit of shared goals. Let us choose those who will take us to our desired destination and the promised land. Let us campaign, reinforce, and vote for those who will unite rather than divide us. Let us campaign for those who will take us from penury to prosperity. Let us campaign for those who will see good in us and include us in nation building. And my people, let us campaign for who will protect our lives and property. In the 2023 general election, our best bet is the Atiku Abubakar team because it is a transitional, transactional, transformational ticket that will activate a youth-inclusive government. Atiku Abubakar is our best bet because he has shown full preparedness. He is a candidate with a presidential experience, a candidate who is mentally, physically, and psychologically fit to lead Nigeria. Atiku Abubakar is a candidate with a national representation amongst his family, friends, associates, employees, and investments. Atiku Abubakar is not only the unifier of different people of different religions from different regions, but also the unifier of generations. The Atiku Abubakar ticket will guarantee the involvement of participation of youth in government. To the newly inaugurated state executives and local government coordinators of the new generation, Lagos chapter, your appointment is as a result of your zeal and commitment for a better Nigeria. Next week, your colleagues in Osun, Oyo, Ondo, Ogun, and Ekiti will also be inaugurated. The Southwest is important, and you must all go back to your constituents, your local governments, and wards to deliver not only the Atiku Abubakar ticket, but all other PDP candidates. To the youth in politics, I must commend and congratulate your organization for making a great decision of endorsing the Atiku Abubakar ticket. Your voices will surely be heard, your efforts will surely be rewarded, and your votes will surely count. And our partnership will go a long way in making Nigeria great again. Long live our partnership, long live the People's Democratic Party, and long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Director General Aldo Mahmoud. That was so beautiful. At this point, I would like to recognize the presence of the Special Assistant Youth Affairs, Director General Atiku, Ambassador Aliyu bin Abbas, Care Foundation. Can you please rise to your feet and wave to the crowd? Thank you so much for being a part of this phenomenal event. It's so good to have you, sir. And then we also recognize the Special Assistant Digital Operation, Peter also.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I would appreciate you when we introduce certain people, you guys put your hands together and appreciate them as well. So can we appreciate the people that were listening? Thank you very much. Now, without further ado, we'll be moving forward to the next item on the list, which is a message of hope by Mr. Eso Oso. He is the Special Assistant Digital Media Operations to His Excellency Atiku Abubakar. Please, can we welcome Mr. Oso?
Thank you. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, all persons here, welcome. Very good afternoon to you all. I'm excited to be here today, and most importantly, I can see many faces that have come from far and wide. This goes to show the seriousness we have attached this symbolic event. It gives me great pleasure to be in your midst as we gather to witness the youthful and energetic endorsement of His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, the unifier, a man of multiple competencies, as Senator Yomilaye would say, and also our incoming governor, deputy governor, Senate, House of Reps, and House of Assembly. These endorsements are definitely not the best, and they are proof that they are the good choice. The 2023 election will determine the turning point of our great nation, Nigeria. Therefore, I urge us all that the onus lies on us, most importantly, we the youth, to ensure that we vote credible leaders, leaders that will serve our interests, leaders that are competent, and most importantly, leaders that will not take us backward, but will lead us into a better tomorrow. The endorsement of His Excellency Atiku Abubakar validates our collective agreement that is the man for the job. Therefore, we must ask ourselves to ensure that our candidate is elected as president come next year. I urge us all to also take this gospel, our collective gospel, to the nooks and crannies of this nation, and also encourage our friends, families, and associates to hold this partnership. To this end, I say congratulations to us all on choosing the side of victory. As one, we will get it done.
Thank you so much. That was so good. Now we'll be having a performance from Muhammad Abdullahi, Father TMW. A round of applause, please. A phenomenal performance. Okay, so we'll move on to the next thing on the agenda. Moving on to the next thing on the agenda, we'll be having Barrister Onoja Ilemono to speak to us on the work ahead. Are you here, sir?
My head is big, so the top is and in my big head, there's a lot of Atiku that I would like to share. But the room is a little, this is not how we do political business. And I know that we have a lot of non-politicians here. But they're politicians in the house. Let's do this properly. PDP! PDP! Power to the people! Power to the people! If I say Lagos, you say Jando. Lagos! Lagos! If I say Etios, I say Bankido. Etios! Bankido! Thank you very much.
We will reply to the Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It is a privilege to speak with so many people at the same time.
Sir,
About something that is burning passion.
I'm saying
The journey that we have ahead of us. The question that we ask about an endorsement such as this is, why are we endorsing Atiku and Poa? Why? It's not just enough to say that we have endorsed them. The question is why? Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, the noise is a little much. Excuse me. We're endorsing Atiku was simply because of a number of things. Competence. If we check the track record of the man in public office, we realize that nobody has delivered in public office like he has. Character. The man has stayed faithful and true to the same principles all his political life. Leadership. He's always stood up to be ready to be counted, even when it isn't the most popular thing to do. Even when the consequences are a lot to pay, even when the sacrifice is high. Why are we endorsing Atiku? We're also endorsing Atiku because it is in our best interest too. In this room, we have representatives of most of the people who have the most to lose if Nigeria should remain the way it is. What are the things that we lose? If you check here, the people who have a brother, a sister, a son, a daughter, a cousin, a nephew, a niece, who is unable to go to school because government has refused to resolve ASU strike. There are people here, and you might not say it, but there are people here who have lost jobs. There are people here who have closed down businesses. There are people here who your savings last year, if you saved 10,000 naira last year, it's not the same value that you have right now. It is us whose parents cannot go to the farm and cannot have access to healthcare. Excuse me, please, you're distracting us. Hello, please, you're distracting us. It is us who have jobs that we have lost, right? It is us that cannot open new businesses. The people here. If I ask you by show of hands, who knows somebody who has been kidnapped? By show of hands, do you know somebody who has been kidnapped? Who has contributed to pay ransom? You have. Everybody here, who here can no longer travel across the country simply because we are afraid of the insecurity. Yeah. It is us who have the most to lose. So if we look at this election is not necessarily about Atiku contesting the election. It is about what the principles, what Atiku can bring to office that will make your life better and my life better. But it is not just enough to come here and endorse. It is not enough to come here and endorse. We must do more. We must take it as a duty to do two things. One, to promote the Atiku message. The unification message of the Atiku Abubakar message. We must take it as a duty. In our homes, in our offices, in church, on the streets, at work, at play, we must take it as a duty. Because it's only when we take a candle that we can light another candle. And when we light several candles, it is only then that we'll be able to illuminate the whole building. One. Two, let me ask this question. How many people in this room have their PVC? How many people have registered or have not collected their PVC? Be honest. How many people do not register at all? At the moment, the southwest of Nigeria has 3 million uncollected PVCs. 3 million. Southwest Nigeria. What was the difference between the votes Atiku got in 2019 and the votes Buhari got? 3 million. Meaning that if 3 million people want to collect their PVCs, we can change this election. Completely. Across the country, there are more than 7 million uncollected PVCs. That is almost twice, more than twice, the amount of votes that differentiated the last election. And it might seem like a simple thing. Oh, let me not bother today, I have to go to work. Oh, let me not bother today, let me watch football. But if we have 3 million people actually say, let me take this sacrifice and pick up my PVC so that I can vote, we will change the course of this election. So what's our second responsibility? After responsibility one, which is promoting the message. Responsibility two is to make sure we all have our PVCs. All this that we are doing means nothing if we cannot vote. It means nothing. What's responsibility? Responsibility three. Number three, you said it very much. Number three is that on election day, actually come out and vote. Take somebody, don't go to the polling station alone. Make sure that you are responsible for one person who ordinarily would not have come out to vote, who now makes up their mind because of you to come out and vote. And when they come out and vote, where should they press their hand? Where should they press their hand? Where should they press their hand? Very simple thing. This election, let me tell you guys honestly, this election is our election to lose. This is our election to lose. And if, because one of us, or two of us, or three of us, or 1 million of us don't come out and vote, and Atiku doesn't win the election, it is us so far. Nigeria has never been this poor. Nigerians have never been this poor. We have never been this unemployed. We have never been this unsafe. We have never had access to education or health care. Despite our naira has never resembled tissue paper like now. It is a responsibility that we owe. I have 3 children. I have 3 boys. If my 3 boys do not have the future that they deserve, it is a responsibility that I have failed them. If our children and the generations that are coming after us allow this sort of maladministration, allow this sort of wickedness, allow this sort of incompetence to continue, it is because we failed to do what we had to do. So I'm not here to do a simple thing. Sorry, I'm a lawyer, and you know, lawyer, we like to talk to law. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to put your hands together. Put your hands together for the royal candidate of our political party for the 2023 election, and by the special grace of God, the incoming governor of Lagos State. I'm going to finish now. Then I'll go. I will remind everybody here. I'll remind everybody, if there's anything that we should remember, from today, after this endorsement, remember 3 alphabets, PTC. Then we should remember 2 numbers, 3 million for the Southwest, 1 million for Lagos. There are 3 million uncollected PVCs in Southwest. There is 1 million uncollected PVCs in Lagos. Our responsibility is to make sure that we collect those PVCs and that the people who collect those PVCs vote for, by the special grace of God, the incoming president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the incoming governor of Lagos State. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Barrister, for such an amazing speech. Quickly, people would like to make an announcement from the security desk of ECO. They are saying that we are leaving our personal items around and they would like us to please watch that. They do not want to be held responsible for anything that you might lose here. So please hold on to your personal items and watch where you drop them.
At this point, we'll be listening to Prof. Atiku Abubakar on why youth inclusion in politics is important.
Thank you very much. But before that, the PDP National Youth Leader, Prince Mohammed Haddad Suleiman, can you put your hands together, please?
Sir, you've already blocked us, please. We are here already.
Hello, everyone.
We are here already, please. Hey,
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Taiwo.
We will stand by the
Let's talk about how you say about this.
Mr. Jadon. It's good to have you here, sir. So my name is Cross.
Mr. Taiwo.
So I was going to take 3 to 5 minutes break. I want we the youth and we celebrities have to be involved in Nigeria's election.
We are here.
So I'll start by saying that if you don't know me, in 2019, I was the president of Southeast Atiku when Atiku Abubakar had a ticket to run for presidency. And now we are back again in the same routine again, trying to make sure that he's the president again in 2023. And while personally I've been on this mission, because one-on-one, I definitely know him. Apart from that, I've understood the kind of mindset such a man has. And personally, right, as a man, there are two things that should drive you. How big your heart is, and how willing are you ready to help people. And I've looked at this over time, and I've looked at how our fathers, our grandfathers, our uncles, implement certain things in our lives so that we could make our, the kids or younger people better. And that I can tell you for a fact that he has done it over and over and over time, from his universities to his businesses to, projects that he does since he was a vice president and even when he was off office as well. So with this, you can understand such a man why I think we should actually come out there and put our votes. And secondly, he has told us two things. Why is it that we're just saying Mr. Atiku or Mr. Kowa? No, it's telling us that we, the youth, he's ready to give the youth and the women 30 to 40% of his administration. So it's no longer just about him, it's more about our government. So while we are all asking for help, maybe prayer from heaven, things. Why literally he has come to give us the prayer we're asking for, because we want to be included in the administration. I know that like our hero fight, people that are already in the politics and they're doing very well because how good they are. And now he's telling us again, why don't we come and let us grow Nigeria? He's not saying he wants to come and lead us. He's saying, come, let us change Nigeria for the better. Because if you think a man can change Nigeria, it's your widest dream. He can't. It's literally us all have to do the job. And how do we do the job? By my said earlier, you get your PVC. We the youths, right? The older guys, right? Honestly speaking, I'm sorry to say this. Everybody has a timeline on earth. I'm so sorry to say. Whether you like it, the day you were born, automatically you're already programmed to die. Meaning that as time keeps going on, automatically you're going to leave earth. And the younger generation have more of the time on earth to exercise their rights and their living. And why is it that we're not allowed, why we allow people to control what our government will be like and where we're going to live, things to eat, things to say, things to study in school. So I think it's hard time that we the youth get involved in the political zone so that we can also tell our children, because it will be unfortunate that my son comes and tells me Naira, $3,000 is to a Naira. And he's going to ask me, where was I when your mates were there trying to make Nigeria better? I'm going to look at him and say, I didn't get involved. And it will be unfortunate for me. So I don't want to look at my child's eyes and tell him I didn't get involved or we didn't get involved when it was time for us to get involved. Because if we don't get involved, we're losing our country. And it's hard time that we Nigerians, you the youth, you celebrities, thank God that some of our celebrity friends are here as well, because I think, for example, right, we influence a lot of brands, a lot of, deals, and our fans come to buy those things. Our fans come to patronize those things. And if the country is horrible, and the country doesn't give you money for you to feed, how do you expect your fans, your people to come out, listen to your music, watch your movies, or buy your whatever you're selling, hair, shoes, whatever it is, and you call yourself a celebrity? You're actually failing. So I think it's hard time that we celebrities, we youth, get involved in politics so we can make a change in the coming 2023 election. Because if we don't do this, our country, you want to jump out. I'm hearing Sapa, everybody wants to jump out. Jump out to where? I've been in England and I know how they treated me. I was there for 8 years. I could be walking on the street and you see someone start doing, like calling you monkey. And it's so annoying because I don't blame you, because I know your country now. Literally, that's how it is. So everyone saying you want to run, I understand you want to run for a better life. No, it's hard time that we all come together. Yesterday I was in Abuja, I picked up my PVC. I wish I got it here, I would have showed you. I picked up my PVC and now because I misplaced one, because I voted 2019, my misplaced one of the moving house.
I had to get the award and I picked it up literally yesterday in Abuja. So that's how dedicated I am, because I know that when that day come, on that 24th or 25th of February, me, I must go there and create and cook. So it's about time that we get involved, because it's our country, it's not their own, it's ours. And as for 2023, as he said, honestly, the best ticket anybody can give you, if somebody keeps giving you money every day, they're going to keep coming back and asking, begging. And it's not healthy, and it's not a long-sustaining plan. To me, the best way to do it, teach them how to fish, teach them how to walk. And Atiku right now has told us that, come, let us work together in this government, so that we don't have to pay, so we can empower ourselves, we can empower our household, empower our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cross. That was really good.
Wonderful. Next on the agenda, we have a speech by Mr. Destiny Essen. He's going to be speaking on why Atiku. Can you put your hands together for him, please?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol, because I can see the incoming governor of Lagos State. Every other person here is a distinguished personality. My name is Destiny Essen. I'm a young ideologist who connects the youth with the true value of leadership. A few days ago, I was appointed by the governor of Delta State as a senior special assistant on entertainment. I got that appointment not because I'm better than every other young person in Nigeria. I got that appointment because I'm close to Atiku Abubakar. And before I say anything, I want to invite you to be part of the Atiku Abubakar family. Yesterday, before I jumped on the plane to this event, I was with His Excellency and I asked him a question. When some youth came to present some documents to him, very interesting documents. I said, Your Excellency, how do you feel when the world don't know who you are? And the answer he gave me was, God knows who I am. That was the answer Atiku Abubakar gave me yesterday. And I was speechless. Why am I telling us this? Many of you, many of us here have special gifts, special talents that people don't know about. Many of us here have been of help to so many people. Our families, our relatives, friends, associates, business partners, and strangers. And nobody knows about this. There are people in Nigeria today who are eating because of some of you. Nobody knows about this because you don't see it, but your reward comes from God. That is exactly who Atiku Abubakar is. I told His Excellency something yesterday. I said, Sir, my first meeting with you was in United Arab Emirates. And I told you that you are blessed to the extent that anybody who comes close to you, poverty is eradicated out of that person's life, directly or indirectly. And he said, Destiny, don't make me laugh. I said, Your Excellency, but that's the truth. Being around His Excellency Atiku Abubakar alone, I reminded him yesterday, I said, Sir, the only money you've given me is 200,000. You gave me 2,000 dirham in Dubai. And when I exchanged the money, it was just 200,000. And the Atiku Abubakar that I know, if you meet him, your life is always transformed. So I told him yesterday, Sir, meeting you, I've become a multi-millionaire just being around you. Why? Because everybody wants to associate with me. A friend of mine called me to Port Harcourt. When I got to Port Harcourt, I said, Destiny, I want to be I want you to be a member of my company, board member of South Star Energy Group. They are hugely involved in oil and gas, upstream sector to be precise. All of these benefits is because of being around His Excellency Atiku Abubakar. And I'm inviting you to be part of that family. Why am I saying this? It's because of the things this man has done in the past. Now let me take it back. I'm only going to spend 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes of your time. When Atiku Abubakar was custom officer here in Lagos, in Apapa Port, he was helping businessmen to ship in their goods when he was a custom officer. Him being relevant after leaving office as a vice president from 1999 to 2007. What does that tell you? It's because this man has impacted millions of lives, directly and indirectly. Let me tell you something about His Excellency Atiku Abubakar's experience. His experience as a custom officer alone can salvage Nigeria, can fix the problem of Nigeria. I would like you to pick up your phones and go to the Nigerian Customs Service website. And under the website, you will see what is called statutory functions. You will see the functions of the Nigerian Customs. And I believe you also agree with me that in every country of the world, the custom is one of the highest revenue generating agencies in any country of the world, including here in Nigeria. So for a young person who started custom service as a junior staff, they list recruits, you know what I'm talking about, right? Recruits and rose to the rank of Deputy Controller General, has the knowledge in import and export, has knowledge about security functions, and has collaborated and partnered with every government agency and parastatal in the country. Check the functions. I want you to open your phones, go to Custom Service website and check statutory functions. You see all the functions of the Nigerian custom. You also agree with me that the problem of our country is from the borders, ports, all the ammunitions that Boko Haram bandits are using today. They come into the country through these means. We need somebody who understands Nigeria. And I brought a message to young people, my fellow young people. Before you support a candidate in this coming election, you need to pay attention to the candidate from the family down to personal life, business, associate, everything about the candidate. Because 2023 election will either move us forward or will take us backward, just like 2019 detours. Why am I telling us this? Many of us who are young people who are not following what other young people are following, I don't want to mention names. People see people like us as stupid people. I've been insulted a couple of times on the social media. But guess what? I don't feel bad. Why? Because I know what I'm up to, and I believe I'm on the right track. Why am I saying that? I have been able to take my time to read about this candidate. We don't read anymore. We are just open to fake news. Let me tell you, I'm a student of American University of Nigeria. I'm a product of Atiku Abubakar. I'm a student of that school. And if you go to my school, I enjoy 24-hour nights. I'm studying international relations and diplomatic studies. I enjoy 24-hour nights. If they are going to take like the same message to our emails, telling us that at this social time there will be no lights, and it doesn't last for 5 to 10 minutes. In that same school, we don't have up to 50 students in the class. If we are plenty, we are 30, 25 to 30. This is to tell you that this is somebody who understands the value of education. If you go to AUN, you will perceive quality education. The environment alone will make you study.
If you're talking about the oil and gas sector, Atiku Abubakar has invested in Intels. If you're talking about real estate, Atiku Abubakar is there. If you're talking about aviation, Atiku Abubakar is there. And the three biggest businesses in the world is the oil and gas, aviation, and real estate. This guy is hugely involved in these businesses. He's a businessman to the core. I would like us to please inform every young Nigerian. I have some books here. I have a few books I'll give to a few people. I want you to find the book, get the book, and read it. It's a story about Austin, the books. It's a story about Atiku Abubakar. I want us to read the book. We are going to produce more copies and give to you free of charge. Nobody's buying the book. If you want the book, I want you to read about Atiku Abubakar so that you understand how this man started as an orphan in a village in northeastern Nigeria, Jada. In northeastern Nigeria, Jada. And rose to become who he is. 1 minute, please. Please, this campaign is beyond my turn. This campaign, listen, this campaign is beyond reminding us about the problems and predicaments of Nigeria. When this guy keeps telling us about the problems of Nigeria, I feel pain, I cry in my room. You should be giving us hope by telling us about solutions, providing solutions to the problems of Nigeria, not telling us about the problems again. Because guess what? We know the problems. Jandon, you know if you go Kaduna by road, you know. Or when they here, you know if you go by road. If you go, you know if you go. If they go carry security. We know all this stuff. So please, any candidate, tell them they should stop telling us about the problems of Nigeria because we know the problems. Let them provide solutions to the economy. Let them provide solutions to Naira. Let them provide solutions to security. Let them provide solutions to all of this. Lastly, you are taking my time, please. Lastly, listen, please. Lastly, the youth, we are going to determine who becomes president in 2023. But guess what? We are about to make the biggest mistakes in our lives. Some of you here are 40, some of you here are 30, some of you are 20, I'm 22. And in the next 8 years, I should be approaching 30 or 30. By then, I should be talking about to come out for president of Nigeria, not House of Assembly. The only person who can give us the opportunity to become more of who we really are is Atiku Abubakar. Listen up. If you're in this hall, you don't have a job, you are looking for a job. Let me see your hand up. Hold on. I want to show you a sample of who Atiku Abubakar is. The biggest gift any man can have on planet Earth is not money, it's network. Atiku has the largest network in Nigeria. The biggest network. All of you here, we are going to make sure you get jobs after this event. Listen up. It's very simple to do it.
Hello? It's very simple to do it. This is how we are going to do it. We are going to, politics is a game of recommendation. And we are going to be recommending each and every one of you. If I recommend one person here to Jandon, Jandon will give the person a job. So these are one of the things we want to do during the campaign. If you're going out to campaign, solve the problems of the youth, not remind us of the problems we are facing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Destiny. That was great. Now listening to Honorable Fatima Mohammed. Honorable Fatima Mohammed will be speaking to us on why women should be included in politics.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency. Let me again start the existing protocol. Yeah, I'm excited to be here this afternoon. I'm going to be talking about why women should be included in politics. We all know everything that happens politically, women are usually the engine room. From the ball, take a look at this hall now. What's the population of the men to the women? Thank you. The incoming president of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar,
The way you are just doing yours, it's not even.
the father that is worthy
You don't even think
to be associated.
we are doing the same work.
Our paths crossed about 10, 15 years ago. And since that time,
For you to even push,
I have consistently
you
preached
don't care.
the gospel of Atiku Abubakar. I want to enjoy everybody seated here today, especially the women. Let our concentration be on the first election, February 25th. That election is going to set a space, a base, and a standard for the next election. Oh yes, we all want to be governor of Lagos State. You will ensure that first, Atiku becomes president. You will ensure that first, every house of representatives member comes and the Senate. If we don't do that, we will not have the downward effect that we want. So right now, I want us to put our shoes on the women. You know how they say, "Solar and soul everywhere." Start to preach and evangelize the gospel of Almighty Atiku Abubakar, the unifier.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Right on this point, I would like to welcome on stage Mr. Benga Ogunleye. Please give him a round of applause.